Oh, it's you. Yuuki, right? I think. Oh, hi there. I didn't know you were logged in too. I just got on myself actually. GGO is really neat, isn't it? There's so much you can do here. You're really in a good mood. I am. Ever since I woke up, I've just been raring to try something new and exciting. What do you say we hang out together? Seeing as we're already here, games are always more fun when you play co-op after all. Yeah, I would say yes, but my whole channel is based on single player, so you know, there's no co-op here, sadly. What do you have in mind? Oh, sorry, I guess I'm getting ahead of myself. Well, you know how there are a lot of things you can ride in GGO. I've been pretty interested in them lately. So, I was thinking maybe I'd give one of those motorcycles a spin. I hear they're pretty hard to ride, but you never know until you try, right? Yeah, I hear you. Sounds good to me. Then, it's settled. No time to waste. Let's go. Let's get riding. Alright, here she is. I rented her out. This is where you'll sit, and you'll be sitting up here. Alright, okay. So that's a clutch, and then this is gear shift. So this must make this the accelerator. Whew, I've got to be more careful. Look at me knocking it over as soon as I turn it on. Like I said, I figured this wasn't going to be easy, but I'll tame this beast if it's the last thing I do. Actually, come to think of it, you can ride a motorcycle. Oh wait, can you ride a motorcycle? Yep, no problem. Really? Oh, whoa. Really? Whoa. Good for you. If you don't mind me asking, how do you learn? I practice a lot in arcades. I've got a license. Sorry, that's a secret. Huh. Now you've got me intrigued. I have never guessed just looking at you, but kudos. It's always interesting what random things people know. Now, I'm extra motivated to keep practicing, so I can ride them just like you. It fell over again. How many times does that make it now? 10? I feel like I'm starting to get the hang of it, if only barely. I get now why these things have such a reputation. But that's alright. I'm always at my happiest when I'm being challenged. If I wasn't playing games in GGO, I doubt I'd ever get to do something like practicing riding motorcycles and stuff. I imagine most of other people here are training so they can get around the game faster, which is fair enough. But in my case, I really did want to just see what it's like to ride one. There's a lot I'd love to do with a motorcycle. Go traveling with everyone and cruise around at breakneck speeds, going wherever the wind takes me. But you've got to learn to walk before you run, right? Which means it's back to practicing for me. I feel better. I feel beat, even without losing any HP. Let's take 5. Here, I brought some drinks. You can have one while we take it slow for a bit. Gosh, speaking of HP, don't you find it funny how I don't even really have a scratch on me after knocking that bike over so many times? Not that I actually want to be in pain from all this, mind you. Not exactly anyway. It's just with life experiences, I want to feel everything that comes with going through those motions, if that makes sense. If this were the real world, I'd be saving up money for a bike and going to training school. Maybe even learning under a strict teacher or something. I want all of that. I want it to feel real. It's not too late, is it? Is something holding you back? I guess you can say that. Believe me, if I could, I'd be out there doing it for real, but it's a lot easier said than done. Basically, I live in a hospital in the real world. I have to stay inside a sterilized room at all times for my own safety. And that's not set to change anytime soon. If I express it in game hours, I'm betting it'll take a pretty long time. Oh, don't take that the wrong way. It's not like I'm on the verge of death or anything. Sure, until recently, I thought I only had 3 months left in me, but luckily things have started to stabilize. It's given me a new lease on life, as you might expect. I'm starting to see things a little bit differently. I think it's because I'm surrounded by so many supportive people. They make me want to experience what a normal life is as best I can. And this falls into that category. Maybe it's just me, but don't you think there's a certain romance to riding around on a motorcycle when you're young? Then let's ride together. How about you hop on the back? What? You mean like in tandem with me holding on? Sure, that sounds great. I'm up for it. If you are, thanks. This is awesome. This is even more exciting than I could have imagined. The speed, the vibration, it all feels pretty much the same as before, and yet I feel like we're about to go off on an adventure for real. I love it. I've thought for a long time about how fun it'd be to go off on one of the trips with everybody. Getting excited, making plans, figuring out our budget, and when we can all take time off and stuff. Of course, nobody would sleep the night before. How could they? And when the big day finally comes, we'd be greeting each other as we rub our eyes awake. All the lunches we'd had too. Sometimes we'd make them. Sometimes we'd eat in a diner or something. And then all the places we could go. Mountains and beaches and theme parks. Really, anywhere works as long as we're out in the open road. I feel like I've got a little taste for what that all must be like now. That I'm here holding onto your back, getting all shaken around. This must be what it's like, right? After all, the wind's blowing in my face. I know, it's still just VR, but that doesn't mean I won't be able to do it in real life someday. Couldn't agree more. Maybe next time I'll hop on the back. I can't wait to ride one for real. I'm definitely going to practice until it's second nature. I'm going to make you so proud. Just you wait. I'm going to leave you in the dust with how good I'll be. But I'm in no rush. Right now, I'm happy just enjoying this ride. We should really just take off somewhere. Just the two of us. Maybe one of these days, huh? Thanks a ton for today. I had a lot of fun. Plus, I think I figured out just how good you are with bikes. Next time we do this, hopefully it'll be in the real world, and we'll be out on the road together. Anyways, I gotta go. See you later. Wow. Huh. That was something. Is that all of them? Is that everyone I can talk to? Oh no, there's one all the way up there. All right, well, I gotta go all the way to the governor's place, so I'll be right back. Okay, so here, oh, it's Argo. Well, this ain't good. Not what I'm supposed to do. Oh, it's you, Crypto. Looking pretty lively today, aren't you? Aren't you? What brings you here? Need me to hook you up with some juicy intel? I'm just here to admire those whiskers. I wanted to hear your voice. Well, ain't that sweet of you. You're certainly kinder than a certain someone I know. Wish I could stand around and chat, but I'm a bit preoccupied at the moment. If you don't actually need anything... Actually, you know, if you're free, would you mind talking a little business with me? I promise I'll definitely be worth your while. At least it will, as long as you're willing to put a little elbow grease. Just hear me out, alright? So here's the deal. I need help with some mapping. I'm not talking about any dungeons though. I mean field mapping. As I'm sure you've noticed, when it comes to gunfights here, the first one to find their target has a real advantage. First player to get the other one in their sights and pull the trigger win. Known the lay of the land can help. So there are lots of folks who want more info than the game provides by default. Problem is, it obviously takes a lot of time drawing up good maps, especially when considering it ain't exactly a walk in the park getting to and from the real good shooting spots in one piece. That's where you come in. I figured with that UFG of yours by your side, you'd be pretty good at getting me elevation info. So it should be a quick job for you. Just get in and get out. And most importantly, get paid. Normally, I just take care of the surveying work myself. But in this instance, I gotta work a little too quickly for that. And if that's how it has to be, then there's no one else I trust more than this work than you, kiddo. I don't know why I said kiddo when he said kid. Just think of it as like getting to be my assistant for a day. I'd really appreciate having one today, you know? So what do you say? Will you help a girl out? Leave it to me! Thanks, kid. Really appreciate it. Alright, let's see what you got. Oh, this is perfect. Great, thank you. You saved my hide. And now it's time for me to live up to my end of the bargain. Are you really okay with paying me? I feel bad taking money for this. Don't sweat it. Today's a special case. You provided me with valuable information. I'm more than happy to pay for that. Good intel makes a player a learner, meaner machine out of the battlefield. You might have just helped someone return from a battle alive in the future, you know? Nobody likes having to deal with traps and death penalties, and you're helping folks avoid just that. That's all I'm saying. And beyond that, this should help people track down items and find some of the more interesting quests GGO has to offer. Just because you can't hold it in your hand doesn't mean info had no value. You do well to remember that. I really appreciate you letting me know. I'm glad there's informant like you. You're gonna make me blush if you keep that, you know. Anyway, I promise a little lecture wasn't your real reward. Just think of it as a nice bonus. Okay, on to the fun part. What are you looking to get out of me? Cold? Wait, what? Cold, hard cash, or a little intel? I'm fine with either way. What's with those whiskers of yours? Who do you like best right now? Who do you like best? Ooh! What? That came out of nowhere. Yeah. Think of it like a curveball. You don't just ask somebody about their love life in the middle of a freaking business transaction, you know? But you got me there. I can't exactly say I don't have my eye on anybody. I might end up taking a page out of your book one of these days, if you know what I mean. Ooh. Now tell me what you really want out of me. What's with those whiskers? Really? I thought you already knew by now. Well, I have you know, the story behind those old whiskers of mine is top secret. If I told anything about them, I'd have to kill you. Now tell me what you really want out of me. Sure, I can do that. Will this much work for you? Thanks again for helping me out today. Oh yeah, one more thing. I've been working as an info broker for a while now, and sometimes I think about how you can never know when, where, why, or how your connections are gonna work out. But that's why it's important to take care of your relationship with folks. Sure, you'll meet some nitwits sometimes, but in the end, it'll pay off. I assure you. So obviously, you need to be nice to brokers like me too. Got it? I promise I'll be nice to brokers like you. I mean, I was never planning on being a dick, but you know, whatever. So let's see if that's everything who I need to talk to. Yes, that is everybody. All right, so I have 30 minutes, but hopefully if I go a little bit over, it's not gonna mess up my recording. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the main mission. Hopefully it doesn't mess up, but we'll have to wait and see.